there is no perfect person. You are not going to be perfect. For you, my friend, to overcome self-doubt and imposter syndrome, you have to document your wins. You have to destroy doubt, you know. Keep a record of your wins, man. Welcome to the next episode of the Witness Mdaka Show. I say the next episode because I'm assuming you watched the previous episode. My name is Witness Mdaka, and I'm committed to sharing knowledge that empowers young men to become men of stature, men of meaning, men who have purpose, and men who are building businesses that are changing the structure of society, men that are doing things that are ultimately going to create a good name for other men or for themselves, ultimately going to create a good name for their children. If you read the Bible, you know that it says a good name is better than money. But how do you do all those things when you're full of self-doubt and imposter syndrome? You know, how do you overcome self-doubt, doubting yourself, and having a little bit of imposter syndrome? You know, you might be starting something now and you are constantly working on it, building it, and you feel you are not qualified to do this thing. You feel I know I felt it, you know. You have to understand that every man that's of value, what they call a high value man, even the most successful men you can think of, at some point in their lives, experienced some sort of doubt, experienced some sort of feeling like they are forcing things. You know, I was talking to one guy who's based in Botswana. He's got a very large property portfolio, and he said to me, "At times I doubted myself, Witness. At times I didn't think of myself as somebody who's capable of doing these things." And I looked at that guy and I said, "A guy like you, with what he has built, at some point believed that he is not capable?" And he said to me, "Yes, of course. There was a time where I thought I'm not capable of building anything." And my friend, I just don't want to talk about this. I also want to share with you some of the ways you can overcome self-doubt and imposter syndrome, you know, feeling like you're not the right person for the job. You know, one of the things I've learned along the way is that if you were to put three men here and there's a pedestal and you choose who I put on the pedestal, myself, my hero, or my role model, I'm definitely going to put Witness Mdaka on that pedestal. Because why? I'm training my mind to believe that in as much as these people, I can look up to them. It means perhaps I see myself in some of them. Perhaps I believe that I'm going to become the person that I see myself in them. You know, understand, like I said, that every high value man has felt this. Every successful man has felt this. Every man who's built anything successful has felt this. What is this thing that they felt? Self-doubt, the urge to give up, the urge to believe that they're not capable of doing it. And you have to understand that for you, understanding that other men have felt it, it's part of the process. That's number one. Knowing that all other men have faced this thing, have felt this thing, it's part of the process. It's part and parcel of the process of success, the process of building. You have to focus on mastering stuff. Focus on mastery, not perfection. Confidence comes from execution, not from overthinking. You know, most of the time, what causes this self-doubt and imposter syndrome is because you're constantly looking for perfection. There is no perfect person. You are not going to be perfect. You know, when we started, It's More Than Just Money YouTube channel, where I interview some of the country's most successful business people, game changers, entrepreneurs, my team used to say, the sound is not good. I would say to them, we want to drop the episode irrespective of what the sound looks like. I go back to some of the episodes and laugh nowadays because we've got far better quality now, far better sound, far better looking videos. But back then, when we started, the team was doubting because the team was looking for perfection. And I would say to them, we are going to drop those videos every Tuesday, whether it's raining, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether it's nighttime, whether it's morning. If we've chosen to drop a video, we're going to drop it. Why? We're focusing on the fact that as we do one video after another, our level of mastery is going to increase. Our level of knowledge and skill concerning dropping proper videos is going to increase. So you shouldn't focus on perfection. You should focus on getting better. Focus on mastery. Like I said, confidence comes from execution. But you know what else comes from execution? Getting better. When they say practice makes perfect, you're never going to be perfect. I think the correct term should be, or the correct, saying? The correct saying should be, practice makes progress. Practice makes progress. So if right now, let's say this was my first time speaking to you, I wouldn't worry about how perfect it is. I would worry about whether or not I'm improving, whether or not I'm getting any progress from what I'm doing. So practice makes progress, not perfection. When we were growing up as kids, we used to say, practice makes perfection, or practice brings you to the point of where you've mastered this thing to the point where you are perfect. No, even people that have mastered certain things are not ultimately perfect. That's why they keep on wanting to improve themselves. They keep on wanting to find out what the limit is. So the most important thing you can do for yourself is search for that limit. Ask yourself, have I reached the pinnacle of what I wanted to do? Stop overthinking, man. Stop finding the wrong stuff about what you are working on. Stop pinpointing what couldn't work in this thing that you are doing. And number 3, use proof, not feelings, to destroy doubt. It's not about how you feel. It's about the proof. When they say the proof of the pudding is in the eating, they're talking exactly like that. If I say the pudding was good, it means I ate the pudding. It's not about what I feel. It's about what I tasted when I ate the pudding. So if I say to you that I've done this before, that's proof. I just talked about the fact that we started this More Than Just Money YouTube channel by dropping episodes that were not up to perfection or not even up to scratch. I've got proof of that. So that's why I can say it confidently. You can go back, watch episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably up to episode 10 or 11. None of those videos were perfect. Yes, the content was good. Yes, the guests delivered. Yes, of course, I asked quality questions. But my team was learning. And with every video that our team was dropping, guess what? They were learning. They were getting better. They were mastering it. It's about mastery. And mastery not only speaks to your vocation or your craft, it also speaks to you as a person. What are the areas in your life that you can improve? What are the areas you can get better? What are the areas where you can elevate and move to the next level? You have to destroy doubt, Keep a record of your wins, man. You have to keep a record of your wins, because there will be a time where doubt starts to creep in, and you have to remind yourself at that moment how much of a winner you are. I'm reminded of a story in the Bible where David, as a shepherd boy, was going to face Goliath. His father sends him to give food to his brothers on the battlefield. And when he gets there, he finds Goliath shouting to the armies of Israel, saying, "Give me a man that can fight me. If I win, you become our slaves. If he wins, we will be your slaves." All the men were trembling with fear. And David says to the king, King Saul, let no one be worried or be afraid because of this Philistine. I will fight him. And the king says to him, this man has been a man of war all his life. You cannot be able to fight him. And yet, listen to what David said to him. He's recounting his wins. He says, I have fought the lion and the bear and killed it when I was looking after my sheep or my father's sheep. If a bear or a lion would come and grab any of the sheep, I would run after it, club it to death, get back the sheep. So this Philistine will be just like the lion and the bear. What was he doing? He was recounting his wins. It's very important for you as a guy to recount your wins. That protects your confidence. That protects your self-worth. I keep a record of my wins. With everything that I'm doing, with this podcast that I'm shooting, I'm documenting my wins. Why? Because tomorrow, when things are tough, whether it's tomorrow or a year from now, it doesn't matter. I'll have something to go back to and say, but look how well you did that thing. Look how well you built that thing. We're building a different channel now. Why are we doing that? Because it's important for us to document our wins and say, I started that thing from scratch. Look at where it is now. Not only does that build my confidence, I know it builds the confidence of the people that are working with me on this. I'm not working alone. When he sees that we are winning, the confidence spreads to him too. Same as when you read the Bible encounter of David and Goliath. After David slaughtered Goliath, all the armies of Israel, or the people that were in the army, got the courage to chase down the Philistines. They had the courage now to win the battle. Why? Because somebody who had documented his wins had now shared his courage with them. Because courage is contagious. Cowardice is also contagious. So, for you, my friend, to overcome self-doubt and imposter syndrome, you have to document your wins. You have to understand that every high-value man has felt this, which is self-doubt or imposter syndrome. You have to focus on mastery, not perfection. Understanding that confidence comes from execution, not overthinking. If you haven't subscribed, click on that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next episode. See you next time.